Heed my goddamn words, struggler. Soon a rain of fucking blood, the likes of which you cannot motherfucking imagine, shall fall down upon your bitch ass. It will be a storm of fuck death. But take heed, struggle bitch. Struggle, endure, contend. For that alone is the dick of one who defies death.
So Eddie Shankar wants to make a new Berserk adaptation, and I feel like it's going to be bad, right? Before, when I first heard about this, I thought, oh, maybe it could go well, but that was years ago when he only had Castlevania, or at least that I knew of, Castlevania, right? But now Nocturne has came out, and Devil May Cry has came out. So now I'm like, I don't think this is going to go well if he's the one in charge of writing. I feel like in writing, I think he inserts his own views and himself a little too much in the projects, and it comes at its own detriment, if that makes sense. I think the most is probably Devil May Cry. This is the most recent one. I feel like that does it a lot more than, Castlevania. I don't know about Castlevania Nocturne. I only watched the first season of that, and writer strike and whatever, you can make whatever excuse for that. It still wasn't good. The pacing issues were there, like it was really there. Something would happen, you blink and something happened like completely different next. But whatever. When he does things, he makes it so that he can implement himself into it, and basically he does this thing where he takes others' work and just makes it his own. That's basically what I'm saying. I know I said that like basically 3 times, but he does that a lot, right? He's done that for the past 3 projects. With Castlevania, the first one, it wasn't as bad because what are you going to do? It's Castlevania, right? It's not like it's Castlevania like Lords of Shadow or Castlevania Lament or whatever, Lament of Innocent, and those are like the only 2 games I played, and which is like more like Castlevania, not like Castlevania, but it's more like it's more dialogue heavy than, the other games. So you kind of get just the characters more. But for someone like Trevor Belmont, which I don't think anyone knew about before, right? Unless you're a diehard Castlevania fan. It's very easy to make it your own and make it something good because the old games aren't very dialogue heavy. They aren't very like lore heavy. It's like you're going up, killing Dracula. What else, right? I feel like if you're like a diehard fan of Castlevania, maybe there's more. I don't really know that much about, the older games. But if I'm wrong, you just tell me in the comments. And then there's Rondo of Blood, which is like Castlevania Nocturne. And then this is where it goes downhill because it's like, okay, that one's a little more dialogue heavy. That one, you can get the characters a lot more, right? That one's like Die Monster, You Don't Belong in This World, something like that, right? That fucking shit. You get the gist of the character. You get the gist of what's going on a lot more the more you progress through the Castlevania series, right? That's basically what I'm saying. And with Devil May Cry, it's the same and different at the same time, mostly because they had 2 different people making Devil May Cry from Devil May 1 and 2. I think that was the person who made Bayonetta, and then from 3 continuing, that was the guy who made Dragon's Dogma. But still, when you see that, even then, it's like, what the characters are from jump. You know how the characters act. You get to know how the characters became that way in like Devil May Cry 3. Devil May Cry 2 wasn't that good, right? But still, you understand who the characters are. And I think he got that down with Dante kind of for the most part because he's been writing those kind of characters a little bit, right? He's been writing like Trevor, and then there's Richter, and Richter is just a copy paste of Trevor, and then Dante is just Dante but with a little bit of Trevor inside of him, right? He's got a little bit of Trevor sprinkled on. And I feel like for Berserk, I feel like he's not going to escape that kind of like character trope where it's like this witty or like kind of sassy character, right? I feel like he's going to make like Guts, for example, kind of like that character because this is how he makes his main characters. This is something he does for most of them. That I don't think he's going to change Casca much because Casca kind of fits like mostly in the Golden Age, kind of fits what he writes. I feel like that he's got spot on, unless he makes it more like a lady where he's gonna have her curse 24/7. which is that's just going to be annoying if he does that. The point is, he should not write it. He should not be in charge of writing it. I feel like he should be in charge of the animation. The animation for Castlevania Nocturne, 10 out of 10, basically. It's just amazing. Devil May Cry, not so much, right? Devil May Cry is like an 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10, something like that. In the middle, right? It has its own, like kind of issues, right? Like, I think the battle in Hell is probably the most, the most egregious one. Because when they were in Hell, right, they like, I think, like a fucking cliff fell, and it was just like a cutout of like a cliff PNG, just like kind of being like zoomed in on to make it seem like it was falling down, and it wasn't that good at all. But anyway, yeah, he should just stick to being in charge of animation, and if he's gonna write it, stick to the source material, right? It's not that hard. Berserk is not cryptic. It is right there. It's right in front of you. It's not like Devil May Cry. It's not like Castlevania, where the lore isn't written out for you, where the lore is not like you can perceive it in any way and write the characters, right? Everything is laid out for you. There are books. There are about to be 42 volumes. You can read all of them, right? It doesn't take that long to read Berserk, right? At most, if you're really dedicated, at most, like a month, 2 months, right? At least a week. If you're really, really working that hard and really want to know like the characters, you're gonna have to read it over and over, maybe, right? Or like watch some videos to better explain, you know, whatever like analysis. But other than that, it's very laid out for you. It's right there. It is right there. There are books. Read them, write them, and then that's it. And then you're good. And then there's nothing else. You got it. But yeah, that's how I feel about the whole situation. If you liked it, like, share, subscribe. Sorry, I was annoying. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. If you didn't like it, or if I got something wrong, just tell me in the comments. And I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.